Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Xeno, the personification of a cry for help, and we are back again with more Dawn Chorus. Now, I'd like to give a brief apology for the last playthrough of this visual novel because I kind of stopped it right in the middle of like a really big moment, but that was only because I actually had something I needed to do around that time where I stopped, and I didn't realize that it was getting so long. And I was trying to find a good stopping point. So as soon as there was like a new scene, I had to end it right there. But we're back, and we're gonna keep continuing playing because I literally have no other visual novels to play right now. Well, I mean, I do. I still have Kimia. I still have Komorebi. I have Silverstone that one of you recommended to me. The demand's not there. It's not there. And besides, this game is already pretty long, so I figured I'm just gonna focus my time on this. But anyway, let me shut the fuck up. Let's get back to this. Yeah, so last time we left off on, Rune is tripping on shrooms, and we're in his perspective now. So that's cool. So I just been doing his voice constantly for like a really good chunk of the last playthrough. And I'm glad to do it again. It's not a hard voice, it's just hard to emulate emotions with it. That's my only issue. But anyway, let's get back to it! I remember this place. I've been here before. This is my childhood friend's room. I haven't thought about him in ages. I forgot he even existed. Well, not really much of a friend now, is he? But this was just a moment ago. I sat on the sofa and he sat at the desk, playing a game. A song was playing, Weather by Rose Floyd. He quite liked them, I remember. Building blocks are all across the floor. This is a space of comfort. This is a retreat. The warm flame inside me. What a joy to be here again. His mother would bring us food in the moments, maybe something Italian. Spaghetti with rotted sun-dried tomatoes that I liked so much. Eons have passed since the last time I ate something. I forgot food exists, even. I don't feel any hunger. The then I and now I join. The time is flat. Everything happens at once. Everything is as things should be. I'm in my friend's room. I'm 10 years old and carefree. I forgot how it felt. This warmth, this comfort, this feeling of safety, of the endlessness of days, the infinity stretching out in front of me. This is important. This is something to remember. The taste of tomato soup, the clicking of wooden panels under my hooves, dust in the air, glimmering, sunlight filtering through the leaves of a philodendron, shimmering patterns appearing on the floor, devouring new books, finding new music, exploring, learning, the comfort of a friend's companionship. Life has gotten bigger. Everything else became so much smaller. But now, everything vibrates with significance. I finally feel that again. And I lament too. I lament our loss. How we shut ourselves from the world we live in. How we separate ourselves. How we stop paying attention. How we grow comfortable into this life and the wonders stop being wonders, and the clouds will stop taking shapes of vast battles and animals. The seas are no longer brimming with pirate ships and undiscovered islands, and the garden is just the garden and nothing else. It all never goes away. It's still here for us. It's us who shut ourselves from it. This is Epiphany. A fully formed revelation that hits me all at once, like a sunlight flow in the room through a sun gap in the clouds. As if someone else's voice was speaking through me, I open my mouth and start reciting. There's a nice place you can visit, where your dreams are colors, when it's all too much, and you're drowned in noise. Damn, the art goes hard in this fucking visual novel. My eyes are glowing. They're blue bright and I can feel the glow. There are glowing points all over my body. I don't ever want to stop glowing. The days are slow. The days are finite. The days are many. I have many days. There is time for everything. I don't have to hurry. There is only calm here. Calm beyond description, beyond words, beyond understanding. It permeates everything. I bathe in it and thrive. Am I dying? What is happening to me? Where was I lifetimes ago? In a forest where I left myself behind. Who am I? I am an animal. My voice is that of an animal. I look for myself, but I can't remember how I look. I am symbols, and I am strands of loose endings, neurons firing a blinding light. I am neurons firing a blinding light. I am a blinded light. My life is a nightmare of my own choice. The realization comes in an instant. It's a flash, overwhelming. The blocks connect, the shapes bend, and everything is light, blinding light. I don't have to be anything. I was empty and devoid of meaning. I thought I had to be someone, achieve something. Then the meaning would surely come and I wouldn't feel empty. I thought I had to work to justify my existence. Ahead. Work myself to the bone to be someone, to mean anything. But I don't need a meaning. This existence is bliss. The trees are bliss. The sun is bliss. The moon is bliss. The world is not against me. The world is indifferent. Life isn't a competition. I don't have to fight with anyone, and there is nothing I have to do. I was asking myself, what is my purpose? What is the meaning of life? But it's not the right question. The right question is, why are we here? And the answer is, to experience this world. Yet I shut myself behind closed doors and away from others. Why should I seek anyone's validation? What do I get from working so hard I have no time to take care of myself? Why am I doing this at the cost of spending time with others? This is not what life is about. Life is about kindness, but for kindness' sake. Life is about community and not hierarchy. The meaning comes from living a good life, a life of wholesomeness and unity. I don't have to be anything other than me. I exist, and this is enough. This is lightness. This is light. This is weightlessness. I am free. In this vastness, the ocean of life, I am free. Everything is eternal, and I exist here. What more could I ever need? I want to stream across time, across all planes. I want to stream it myself. I need to stream the words of happiness. I need to tell myself what I know now. I don't have to be anything. If I can show this to myself, then I am saved. I need to remember. I need to remember this. I need to remember. I exist forever suspended here between the morphing shapes, bathed in the light that isn't from this world. I am somewhere, but this world doesn't have 3 dimensions. I am somewhere, but this world isn't mine. Everything is alien. Or maybe I am alien here. The world isn't mine, but it's pulling me in. It wants to show me more. The eye speaking is me. The eye observing is distinct. It is not me, because I can feel it. I can grasp its shape, because it sees me. We untangle, and now we're separate. Interlocking parts. Something unfolds further. Echoes of echoes of echoes of echoes, across all the dimensions. I'm closer to the core, and then it opens before me. Who am I? A glow, A mirror. An observer. An ember. Disappearing. What is that which touches me? What is it? It speaks, the light spilling out, and then there is no more me. Jesus Christ. I should get some shrooms. Fuck. You know, we're just going to bathe in this glow of light and this ethereal music. We did it! Actually, where the fuck are we now? This is really pretty. I long for days long and simple. For long summer nights spent sitting before a record player, laughing. I long for campfires and cuddles. I long for rest, and I long for having no worries. I long for you next to me without expectations or shame. I want to know that we have all the time we want, and that we are safe in this world. Wait, I long for you next to me without expectations or shame. Is he referring to Arvo in this situation? Because one of the things that drove Arvo to develop a crush on Rune is his admiration for Rune. So, once those expectations are gone, then it feels real. Or am I reading too much into it? And it's just it was just generalizing. I don't know. I have all of that here, with me. Everything I needed, I had with me all along. Who am I? There comes no answer. I'm blank, a wiped board. I'm a spark swimming in darkness. I feel the edges of my body, but I don't recognize it. Everything feels strange and unfamiliar. This life, this body I'm about to inhabit, feels unfamiliar. This was the peak. I lie down, and a vertical beam of light hit me with all the might of the heavens. Well, that's the moon, but okay. I was touched and I ascended, but now I'm washed back on the shore, and it's a starry night above, cold wind blowing on my face. Decades have passed since I last opened my eyes. The ground is hard and stable. That's Arvo's lap. This is my world. Rune? Are you waking up? I think so. And we're back. Jesus fucking Christ. Rune process. Oh my god, yes, I did to speak to my normal voice again. Woo! The amount of water I need to drink to get my voice right for Rune. That's not healthy, isn't it? Oh well. Rune props himself up on his arms, sitting up on the hard wooden panels. He looks confused, but mostly very tired. What happened? What do you remember? I'm not sure. Well, you took mushrooms. We stayed in the room for a while until you decided you wanted to go out. You put on the jacket and we walked out into the forest for a while, but it was super cold, so I brought you back, shivering. You took off your jacket and laid down on the floor and dozed off. We did all that! And now you're back. I hope for the light of recognition to flicker in his eyes, but there's nothing. His eyes are bleak and foggy, as if he barely understood my words. You guys went outside? Do you need help getting up? No, I'm fine. Rune gets up from the floor, wiping paws on his trousers, a deep ridge between his furrowed brows. He looks around the room, looking completely lost. I think I need to sit down again. And so he does, this time on the edge of the bed. I sit down next to him, concerned. Is he fully back? I remember reading that coming down from psychedelics takes a while. Putting a paw on his shoulder, I looked into his eyes. Hey, everything okay? Are you still tripping? I just need a minute. I'm sorry. It's fine. I'm here if you need to talk. He stays silent for a moment, hooves rubbing against the flooring. And then he leans on me, almost knocking me over. And with his head on my shoulder, antlers alarmingly close to my face, he starts crying. Are we getting a CG for this as well? It's not violent sobbing nor cry weeping, no. Forehead rested on my shoulder, his tears flow, as if all the emotions were spent already and now only water was left. Floodgates opened. I pet his head, tired, fingers brushing into soft hair. I hold him close and let him cry for as long as he needs, saying nothing. The tears stop quickly, and then he just leans on me with his eyes closed, breathing deeply. Minutes pass slowly. I cling to them like the deer clings to me. Arvo, I thought psychedelics were supposed to be like recreational drugs, fun and all. They weren't? What do you think? Fair point. Are you okay? Yes, I think so. He inhales deeply again before composing himself, wiping tears away from his cheeks. I'm sorry, I know it was a lot. It was definitely unexpected. How are you feeling now? Tired. Like I've just taken 10 exams in a row. I have a lot to think about. I don't think I've ever been this overwhelmed before in my life. Thank you for taking care of me. I don't even want to know how it would have gone if you weren't there. I feel a terrible headache coming on. Do you need some painkillers? No. I hope it passes by itself. How are you feeling, Arvo? I have to make it up to you somehow. You were here with me for... What time is it actually? Almost 2100, so about 3 hours. Well, someone's dying. I don't know, to be honest. Time still seems to be a bit of a foreign concept. Not really applicable to this whole thing. I'd say I understand, but I don't think I do. You don't need to make up for anything. I didn't have any plans. I was scared something could happen to you. You seemed to be having a good time for most of it, but there were scary moments where you were falling silent and staring at a wall, unresponsive. And I didn't know what could even happen. I started reading about shrooms while you were out, but at the beginning I didn't know what to expect. I hope you had a good trip, though. Well, it was very much not what I have imagined. To be honest, I don't really know what happened or what I saw, and certainly I couldn't put it into words. I mostly had a lot to think about, but I feel too tired to think. I hope you didn't die of boredom in the meantime. Nah, not at all. We listened to music, you enjoyed that a lot. You laughed out loud a few times even. You said that the music was tickling you, or that the shapes were funny, or just laughed at random things. It was kind of fun, staying with him here. At least in the moments when I wasn't scared for him. So, what now? Want to rest some more? I think I'd like to go for a walk. See the sky. I have my jacket here. We could go right away. You like to go too? Leaving you alone right now doesn't seem like a good idea, to be honest, and I'd like to go, yeah. Fair. Yay, we're going on a walk with Rune. The wind howls between the trees, hostile and harsh. Still, Rune walks forward with slow and heavy steps, snout up, gazing at the tree crowns. Wonder shines in his eyes and hasn't ceased even for a moment since we left the guest house. Arvo, you know, it's so good to be alive. He seems somehow smaller than usual against the backdrop of tall trees towering above him, eyes open wide as if to soak in their essence. His voice is quieter too, as if disappearing in the darkness of the forest. Like, I can never explain with words just how good. Everything feels so fresh. I wish you could feel this same feeling. He smiles, finally, a warm, timid smile that reaches his eyes. Looking at the joy plain to see on his face, I quite wish I could feel it indeed. It's incredible. The difference between him now and him just a few hours ago. I didn't think I'd see him happy for the rest of the camp, but here he is, smiling at the nature around him, as if it was all he needed to be happy. And there's a certain warmth in his smile that wasn't there before, something honest and almost childlike with his transparency. Something wrong? No, I don't think so. Are you sure? You seem distant, and I don't mean silence, but rather like there's something eating you. I sigh. Is there something indeed? Maybe. I wasn't thinking of it actively, but there's a thought sleeping dormant at the back of my mind. Nothing big, but perhaps something I should tell him if it's eating me. I step towards Rune. He steps towards me. And there's the dark doubt again. The silence hangs between us, thick like tar, blue like the shadows in the snow cast by the trees. The blue is the color of my guilt. It's the color of tears spilled in the ronds that bite with a maw of frost, feeding on me. Damn. The dialogue paints a really pretty picture. I don't yield to it though. I hold it at bay. I need to understand it, but I have to control it or it would swallow me alive. It's a feeling. It's a pointer, not the objective truth. I see now what I didn't see before. If I accept it, if I let it take over me, it will be who I am. No, I need a change. He stepped towards me. Are the mushrooms still working? I feel heavy. The exhaustion catching up with me once again. Is this— what the hell? Is this Rune's POV? Why does this game do this to me? So God, there needs to be like an indicator that shows that we're starting in one person's POV and another person's POV. Like, what the hell? There has to be something. There has to be something. I can't keep switching voices like this. Because this whole time, when he was talking about, I feel guilty, I feel this so much shame overwhelming and everything, and like, the truth needs to come out or something. I initially thought Arvo was talking about, well, about two things. One, either his feelings towards Rune, or two, his guilt of wishing that Rune would have gotten rejected from the Japan scholarship, and that he was gonna come clean about, like, you know, feeling those feelings. But no, it's in Rune's POV again, and I was none the wiser. Jesus fucking Christ! You know what? When I make my visual novel, I'm gonna pull an Undertale and just have the characters have different fonts when they speak, so it's a lot easier for people. But anyway, let's continue. Arvo, I felt like I used him. Did I really care about him, or only wanted a mirror to see myself in? Someone to give me comfort. A transgression against decency. Was I always acting like this? Was I ever a real friend to anyone? I can't do it again, I have to change. He stepped towards me. The pureness in his eyes is what drew me to him first. He's not fixated on himself. He doesn't seem to want anything other than my company. He is what I am not. He has what I lack. I'm happy that I'm sharing this moment with him, truly, as equal partners, as two friends. I'm here with him, not in my world. We're in this forest, fresh and so full of life that I want to laugh on the happiness spread to my very fingertips. Aww. He stepped towards me. I'm glad to see you're happy. And you have no idea how much of a relief it is that you're okay after everything that happened today. But even if I sat next to you, it was something you went on alone. I kinda wish you didn't throw me out and told me that you were planning on. I don't know if I'd like to take anything too. Probably not, but I just felt kind of not included. Even as I sat there with you. I should have. I didn't think about anyone else but myself at that moment. I didn't want anyone to see me angry or vulnerable. I didn't think I should talk with anyone at all. Now I see how stupid it was. I'm sorry, Arvo. I'll be a better friend, I promise. I step towards Rune and rest my forehead on his chest with a sigh. I'm just glad you're okay. Wanna go back slowly? It's really cold. His arms wrap around me and pull me into a tight embrace. The stag almost lifted me off the ground. I'm really happy that you're here with me. I am repeating myself a lot today, but thank you again. I have a lot to learn, only now I see it. And now let's go back. We turn around, retracing our steps, but it looks like we've strayed far from the guest house. I can't see its lights through the dense branches. I walk close to Rune, bumping against him softly every few steps. He doesn't seem to mind, though his head's still lifted up. So, how was it? What did you see? I'm curious about all this, of course. I thought he wouldn't stop talking about what he saw, but instead he's much quieter than usual. Maybe he's just tired? Or maybe he doesn't want to talk about it. I don't know. I won't press if he doesn't want to talk, but maybe he only needs a little nudge. Well, I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't translate well to language. I wasn't even thinking in language during parts of the trip, or rather, the language was turned into sound, shapes, and colors. What I saw was tunnels filled with patterns that pulled me in. They were getting more and more intense, until they morphed into these multi-dimensional worlds of metallic panels, all in constant flux. But a description like that doesn't do it any justice. I could try and try, but I still wouldn't be able to even approach how it felt. It was just too different from everything I knew. At the same time, some parts felt very familiar, like I was getting unrealistic flashbacks from my childhood. It wasn't like remembering some scenes, it was like being there and being 12 again. I don't feel like I'm fully back yet, and I feel younger by like 5 years at least. And well, it's a nice feeling obviously, though I feel a bit lost in all this. Like, I've seen things, stuff that I don't understand and that shouldn't exist. I hope it's not freaking you out, but, well, it is freaking me out just a bit. I think this was the most intense thing that has ever happened to me in my life. I think it does freak me out a tad. What memories did you see? Nice ones. I remembered playing with my childhood friends, and I remembered chopping wood with my father. Sounds nice. Do you still have a good connection? With my friends? No. With my father? I don't think we've ever had. Let's say my parents have a bit too authoritarian ideas for what a parent-child relationship should look like. I'm glad to have him at a safe distance. Still, we're not in a conflict or anything, and I could count on their help if I needed it. We just don't get along very well. But the memory was positive, overwhelmingly even. I looked around when we were in the forest, and it was the forest at the outskirts of Onslow that my father used to take me to for walks. It wasn't just a recollection, I was there with him again. Well, it's weird stuff. Sounds intense, but it doesn't sound unpleasant. Most of it wasn't. I think I was a bit too out of it to really enjoy it though. Hard to enjoy even nice scenes when we have no idea what's going on. We both fall silent. Rune looks up at the sky, away from me, as if afraid he said too much. Silly dear. I'm just glad he's okay. Stuffing my cold paws into my pockets, I bump into his side once again, this time on purpose. I'm glad you're back. Hey, Devin! The guest house is brightly lit, glowing in this dark night with a promise of warmth. We make our way back to the terrace quickly, both already shivering. Thanks for the walk. It was nice to have company. Huh? Is that Devin in the cafeteria? What is he doing? I glance at the cafeteria windows, and indeed, the panther's standing in the back with his laptop in his paw. We could go back through the cafeteria and say hello. He was worried about you. Maybe it'd be good to show yourself before the end of the day. Worried? Why would he be? But let's go then. At least to say goodnight. Rune! Devin turns to us as soon as we open the door, putting the laptop back on the table. There you are. I was starting to get worried. Why worried? You weren't replying to any messages and I couldn't find you in your room. I didn't know how you react to the news. Oh yeah, his phone's dead. What news? About the student exchange? The exchange program? The deer slumps. Do you forget about it? With how out of it he was, it's possible, but I think he would have remembered about it, with how big of a deal it was for him. Right. Well, it did hurt. But I can't let it bring me down. It already happened. I need to slow down and take a rest first. Things just weren't going right for me lately, and I'm starting to think that maybe it's burnout. Good thing you notice it yourself now. That's the first step to dealing with it. Devin looks at me and our eyes meet for a moment. Looking over at the computer, he furrows his brow ever so slightly. Hey Rune, you weren't at the film, right? I was just about to dismantle the projector, but it's still a reasonable hour. Maybe you want to watch something? I have a few films from your list downloaded. I could choose something short that you haven't seen yet. Huh? What is Devin doing? That was pretty out of nowhere. I have no idea what could be his reasoning behind it. Rune glances at me, asking me silently for my opinion. I definitely don't mind another hour spent together, though, so I nod enthusiastically. Well, something short and undemanding, maybe? I let some rest, but I don't feel sleepy at all. To be honest, I don't know how I'll be able to fall asleep today. Have you seen The Deer Who Ran? This one is just an hour long. Should be fine. I have heard very good things about the director, Han Sun-Moo, right? Precisely. Good memory. Arvo? Oh, I'm fine with whatever. I haven't heard of them. I don't watch films often, but I'm not too picky. Great. I was curious about this one. By the way, what film did you watch? Whiplash. I regret showing it, though. I heard it was a good university film, but I felt that the ultimate message was very wrong. I won't spoil it for you if you haven't seen it, but the thesis was basically that working yourself to the bone and sacrificing your mental health is the path to achieving greatness. Yeah, really bad. Yeah, you know, that is a bad message to take from that, Devin. That's a bad message that movies shouldn't be giving to audiences. People should learn that that's a bad idea. Right, Rune? Right, Rune? It also indirectly advocated for professors emotionally abusing students. I think that's even worse. I think I'll need to have a talk with the person who recommended it to me, especially considering that he also was a professor. Oop. Devin goes away and not wasting any more time starts the film. We make ourselves comfortable on a heap of blankets in the middle of the floor, while Devin hops onto one of the tables ahead of us. As the opening credits starts, the panther turns around and winks at me. I blink twice, confused, before the gears of my head move and it finally clicks. Ooh, he's like, Did that Rune. Is Devin trying to bring us together? Yes, and I applaud him for that. Maybe he's somewhat picked up on me having a crush on Rune. I mean, it was obvious. A wave of cold sweat runs down my back. I glance at Rune, but he's already focused on the film completely and notices nothing. If that's the case, I don't know what else the wind could have meant. I'll have to thank the panther later. The Devin turns around again and no one watches us anymore. Quiet music fills the room, coating the wooden walls like honey, as the film opens with a shot of a garden, slowly zooming in. Understated and unassuming, it had a certain lightness and maybe even playfulness that I feel immediately attracted to. It's nice, watching a film here. Just the two, well, three of us. I want to lean on Rune, but I don't know if I can. Maybe not now. Maybe in the middle of the film. My mind starts coming up with sweet scenarios with the two of us. Rune's paw holding mine or more, but I rein them in. It's way too soon after the trip. I bet he's still confused and I don't want to take advantage. But maybe if he initiates something. My attention is divided between the film, him, and the events that unfolded barely a few hours ago in his room. His starred face, erratic movements, the pant in his voice. And now, his absolute calmness, and the smile he had the whole time in the forest. Destruction and rebirth, a forest fire, cleansing the earth a few steps back to finally start going forward. The moon is bright today, shining through the clouds. It still seems to flicker, though not as strongly as when I was with Rune in his room. Why would it though? I'd have to ask someone who knows more about astronomy. Maybe Lake or that professor who led a stargazing class the first day. I would bet on heated air flowing upwards. What would produce enough heat outside this weather, though? Now Rune glances at Devon. He makes sure he can't see us and leans on me with a quiet sigh, the air-heated cells tickling at my cheek. It isn't a kiss, but it feels precious and intimate too. I raise my paw to rub the side of his snout fondly, and he in turn wraps an arm around me. The match is on fire. I hold the matchbox in my paw as it heats up, burning my fingers. Wings unwound, water flowing, 3 eyes, 1 open. There was no hiding. I'm inside the sun, burning up. I die 1 death and come back. The forest is ablaze. The woods burn down, but the fire rages on. Your paw is on my cheek, wiping away a stray tear. I lick it off, salty and bitter. The flames reach to the sky, embers twinkling with the stars. The last tree falls, and then it's over. He clings to you, heavy, claps it into himself. He'll rebuild himself anew. He's sturdy, you know that well. But now he needs time, and now he needs friends. When everything collapses, he needs someone to rely on. No one is always strong. Even if the deer would rather think otherwise, he has to learn to be weak too. Now his head is on your shoulder and your paw behind his ear, scratching fondly. And when you glance at him, his eyes are closed. It doesn't matter what you're watching, as long as you're doing it together. After fire comes the silence. And after silence, new life sprouts. Now let the deer rest. As you lean your head against his and close your eyes too, your breaths mingle and heartbeats slow down. And when you let your tired arm fall down from his snout, his paw finally finds yours. That's so sweet. Oh! Where the fuck are we? What's happening? Fire. Everything's on fire. Flames lick at my arms, my legs, across my chest. Flames consume the fur on my tail. There is no pain. There's only longing. The alarm blasts and I rise from the bed, my paws leading me to the window. The flames stretch towards the black nothingness above like paws reaching out. The whole guest house is burning, heat melting the snow around it, and I'm on fire. It's not a flickering flame, it's an all-consuming conflagration. The pent-up energy, after it crosses a certain threshold, it can only explode outwards. Fire can only destroy. I'll lose so much to the blaze. As the fur melts and the skin peels off, underneath it I find a child, lonely and scared and so vulnerable. It gazes at the moon. This nocturnal presence watching over us, and the moon gazes back, pale face, old and wise, and full of compassion. And it tells me, everything is water flowing. Maybe this fire is what I needed. Maybe better now than never. Maybe destruction was the point. I lay down on the bed again and let the flames close above me. Oh my god! Why am I still in Rune's perspective? Again? I should have assumed it was, and just done his voice. It's not the fire alarm. It's a phone alarm. I'm alive. What a feeling. I feel the blood flowing through my veins, reaching to every corner of my body from antlers to hooves, pulsating in my temple. I feel my cells working to keep me alive, churning DNA and proteins. The stream of hormones spreading through my waking body. This is me. I am my body, and my body is me. This weight I feel, pressing on the mattress, is my weight. I move my fingers and they react instantly. Nerves transporting electrical impulses through this miraculous, impossible machinery. The alarm turns off by itself. Must have been trying to wake me up for some time already. But this border, this blurry line between dream and day, I don't want to leave yet, not so soon. There's warmth here. Warmth like I don't remember. Like a paw stroking my head. Like a parent telling me I'm loved. Such a sweet feeling with no hint of bitterness. Sunlight hits my eyes and pushes me firmly towards awakeness, and I find another warmth between my arms. Arvo. He's soundly asleep, soft and snuggled up to me, face stuffed into my chest, head resting on my arm as if it was a pillow. His breath is steady, blowing through my fur, warming up my skin. I'm so glad he's here. I couldn't bear this night alone. Careful not to wake him up, I put my arm on his bed to snuggle him back. Aww. Rune. Okay, this is definitely Arvo's perspective. Now. I swear to God, if it's someone else's, I'm gonna kill someone. Rune. I'll call out into space, to Rune spinning, arms flailing in confusion. Rune! He can't hear me. I can't even hear myself. I reach out, paws extended into the nothingness between us. That's when I notice he's not in front of me. It's a screen that he's floating on. Just a two-dimensional projection, trapped in time, spinning around. He's hanging on a rope, tied around his chest, dangling from the rings of Saturn. And the universe revolves around, the cut-out cardboard stars twinkling in the studio lighting. A tear flows from my eye and it disappears in the fur. We were not meant to be alone like that. We're not made to be alone. We were meant to live like leaves on a tree, crowded and all linked. Alone we wither and die. The scene changes. Waves roll across the sea, gentle like a lover's paw. There's rhythm to them, each wave and lull like breathing in and out. There's a sonar-like signal emanating from underwater, piercing through the murmur of the waves. Another rhythm underpinning the serenity of the scene. The ocean is like an undulating meadow, fresh grass bent into the wind, like new growth after a wildfire. A ray of sun touches my eyelids. There's Rune hidden somewhere in space, but there's also another one. Rune that's here, with me, in the same bed, safe and sound. The sound continues into the wakefulness. It's not a sonar, it's my phone. The soft alarm declaring morning. I inhale and my waking attention switches to here and now, like a lock snapping into place. I'm lying in Rune's arms, snuggled into him, fur mingling together. Only our underwear between us. If you're facing him, because your head is on his chest. Don't get hard now, you hear? My heart jumps, thoughts turn into frenzy, but I keep completely still. Rune waits and gets up and that'll be the end of it. I want to savor every moment of this while it lasts. Measuring each of his heartbeats like ticking of a clock, I lie with my face in his chest. With my eyes closed, he's the only thing I perceive. His scent, like sunrise and the dew on grass, not covered with any perfume now. His chest fur tidy and well kept and so soft, softer than I imagined. His warm breath's on my ear. I see the planets again, the universe revolving around. Rune is in the middle, sleeping comfortably, not dangling from anything, and I'm there too with him, our paws touching. The phone grows quiet. Rune is still asleep. Or is he? He woke up to you. He's probably trying to savor this moment too. He's savoring the moment too with you. I thought he'd get up with the alarm earlier, like the last 2 days, but now he's sleeping soundly past 7, either from exhaustion or a newfound calm. Then he moves suddenly. But he doesn't groan or get up, he puts his arm around me. Still sleeping, he snuggles me into himself closely, and I snuggle him back. He's warm, so warm, and smells like the sun on the most pleasant day of my life. We're on day 4, everyone. Day 4. Are you sure it's fine? Gosh, I feel so stupid. I'm sure. Happens to everyone. Not me. Everyone, really. I mean it. You seemed really tired yesterday. No wonder you overslept. Go get some food now, though. Nothing bad will happen if you're late for the first lecture. I don't want you missing breakfast. Everyone's already late for the first lecture. Yes, by 5 minutes. I'm starting to regret dragging you out of bed. I'm joking, of course. It's not a big deal. And not the first time the bus driver has to wait for the group to gather. You weren't even the only ones late. I know. I'll see you later. Go grab something to eat, and don't you dare hurry. Oh dear. I know. I feel a bit stupid over this too. I even heard the alarm, but I didn't want to get up yet. Yesterday was a long day. I thought we deserved some rest. It was. I feel like you deserve some good food after that to perk you up. How about we find a bakery? Sounds good. I think I'm fine with whatever today. The town is still waking up. Curtains and windows opening as we walk past. It's not long past sunrise and the rays of sun pour onto the cobblestone through the gaps between the buildings. There's that fresh humid scent of the morning mixed with the ocean smell, crisp and invigorating. I feel life slowly coming back to my limbs, the cold air helping more than any amount of caffeine could. Rune is walking next to me, hoofs kicking at the hardened snow, downcast. What's going on with him? He's been like that since yesterday. I hope some sleep will put him back on his legs, but if anything, he looks even more spaced out. Maybe he needs more time to process the things that happened yesterday? If my dreams were crushed, I doubt I'd be back to feeling groovy the morning right after. Still, it's hard not to be concerned about him. I only hope it's not the mushrooms yesterday frying his brain. Can that happen? I don't really know. Maybe I should read more about it. Apparently I heard that it causes your brain to bleed. Apparently. I don't know. If anyone knows, let me know. But I can't forget the tears in his eyes when he was trying to explain what he saw in them. It must have been something truly shaking. Maybe some calories is indeed what he needs. We've walked past the store already, but I think a nice pastry would be more appropriate today. That's what my mom always did, I suddenly remember. If I had a bad day at the school, she'd take me for a sweet bun to a bakery. Oh, this place looks nice. What do you think? I point to a wooden, old-looking two-story building, charmingly rustic between two newer and taller houses. Oh, can you smell it? I do, yeah. Cinnamon, cardamom, caramel, bilberries, and strawberries. Olive oil and freshly ground coffee. Oh, this is definitely the place. Aww. Which one are you thinking of? I'm not sure. It's a attractive choice in every way. How so? Whichever bun I take, I won't try any of the others. It's dangerous having to choose the food while being hungry. I'd like to take all of them. You? I was thinking of a cannabule. I love the cozy vibe they have, though the pastries with fruits look fantastic too. And the coffee at that, definitely. I want to be alive and alert at the lectures. I don't know which yet, though. Good idea. Maybe I'll go with that too. Though without coffee, I feel like I shouldn't be doing any more substances now. Maybe a good call, yeah. Quite a large menu, but I'm feeling like a regular black. Heavy as my eyelids this morning, and as Rune's paw on my chest when I woke up. Aww. What the hell is that word? Cardamom and neuter? Cardamom and neuter? I can't. What the fuck is that word? Didn't you say you were a cardamom and neuter? I did, but now you can try this one for me. Bilberries. He's flustered again. Thank you. You can take some of mine too. The coffee here smells delicious. The aroma permeates the whole space as much as the mouth-warming smell of the cinnamon and the buns turn golden in the oven. But my own cup of the black gold I'm holding in my paws is doing something unholy to my dopamine sensors. Rune, meanwhile, takes a tentative bite of my bun and his eyes light up. So good. I thought you liked this one. I do. Oh, it's delicious. It's perfectly crisp on the outside, but so soft and moist inside. And the berries. These are the most berries I've had in my life. Huh? Let me try. I take a bite too. The bun is masterfully done indeed, but the berries taste just like berries. Maybe it's different from deer. It is superb. The berries taste just like I remember, though. It might sound weird, but I swear, everything feels just a bit crispier than usual. Maybe it's just the smell here. What a lovely place. Incredible find for just a random cafe we found on a walk. Oh, by the way, what should I reply to Miko? About the Philharmonic? When is the concert again? Late afternoon. We should have enough time for a dinner and a walk before it starts. Let me check the message to be sure. Mito promised me it won't be anything boring. I think it was some contemporary composer they're playing. Penderecki, according to the message. I don't think I've ever listened to his stuff, but I for sure heard the name. Would you like to go? I think so, yeah. I'm curious about the building itself, mostly. Concert halls are usually gorgeous, though I'm curious about the concert too. And you're already dressed for the occasion? I'm curious as well. Music sounds like a good idea for the evening. Should I guess the tickets, or will Mito handle it? I'll ask. I think you got tickets for the rest already, though. I could buy them for us, then. Just at the seat numbers for Mito. Maybe I'll find something close. Send the message. So, feeling better? I am feeling okay. I think I'm just tired still. Not even sleepy, just exhausted. Let's hurry up. I don't want you to miss the lectures because of me. Hi, Orton. Okay, I believe this is like a decent enough time to leave off. A bit shorter than my last playthroughs, but you know what? Those were fucking long. And I kind of want to record another video today as well, so I want to get as much time as I can. I will say this. As much as I would love for Rune and Arvo to hurry up and get together right now, and I know Devin thinks that too, he was setting us up for real, he's an OG. Fucking love him. I would say though, I love the direction this game is going with their relationship. And Arvo even said, like, right now, he needs a friend. Keyword, friend. He doesn't need a lover. He doesn't need a boyfriend. He needs a friend. And Arvo is going to be that. He can put his feelings aside for a little bit longer. And besides, if you just meet someone that you have a crush on, you would want to start a friendship first. To actually get to know the person. To create that bond with them. In hopes, and I say in hopes because maybe the feelings are reciprocated, and that's perfectly fine. It will hurt, but it's perfectly fine. And you're probably like the only person who feels those feelings, and they probably just see you as a friend. Or vice versa. Or your feelings go away over time, and you have like a genuine friendship. That's also fine too. Love is weird. That's all I gotta say. But yeah. A part of me is impatient and wants the relationship to happen. I want them to kiss so badly, but the writer in me is happy with the way this visual novel is written, especially during the retrospective scenes. And of course, as I said before, the relationship, the way it's being developed, I love that too. I love when things take their time to develop and it's not instantaneous. That shit makes me happy. That shit makes me hard. Well, anyway, thank you all so much for clicking on this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like and subscribe if you're really interested. I'll leave a link to the game in the description below if you want to go play it for yourself, and I'll also be leaving the fvn.li link in case itchio decides to go to furry again. I'll also leave links to my Twitter and Bluesky if you want to support me on those platforms. And as always, I'll be leaving a link to the visual novel me and my good friend Xeno Panda made for the February Game Jam called When You're Mine. I'll always be plugging that because I am forever proud of that visual novel. Please don't show your support to it, and if you do enjoy it, maybe consider rating it and commenting on it on itchio. We love reading those, it makes our day. And as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!